Hey guys and girls, welcome back to Pobby and Oz. If you're one of those people that come round here just to see me have a mental breakdown, very thank you to you. And if you're those wonderful people that come here because you like my content, welcome to you too. And if you are new and you've stumbled across this, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe. It means the world to me. We're well smashing the numbers and it means absolutely everything to me because let's talk about Carlton Football Club. So we're coming on the back of a 22-point loss to Sydney Swans, and feels like every review's the same. And you know, I always come into this and try and break it down in some kind of productive manner, some kind of structural manner, and I'm tired, to be honest. That game symbolised everything it is, I think, about this football club in a game. Starting from the team selection, where it's baffling, it's mind-blowing. We saw my preview, and those who watched it, we talked about how you beat them. And it was interesting because post-game Teague mentions what we talked about, trying to find uncontested ball. And you look at the selection and it's no surprise, is it? I mean, Jack Martin was way underdone. And I don't want to suspect and I don't want to throw accusations that hearsay, but he was picked purely because it was the Indigenous round. And Teague confirms that for me when he's asked the question about Buddy. And he starts going into some kind of weird spiel about the romanticism of seeing two great Indigenous players go head to head. And it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that we stand for that as a club. It's mind-boggling that even that comes out of the mouth, because regardless of the round, and I know what the round stands for, and it's a round that I can get behind, it is completely irrelevant because the rounds are irrelevant. It's a sport. The rounds are there purely for marketing, but every round has the same significance. It's a sport, and sports are judged on whether you win or you lose. Because I don't see any enjoyment in any vets kicking goals. Don't see any enjoyment in Buddy kicking goals. Whether it's Indigenous round, whether it's Pom round, whether it's me Uncle Peter and Paul round, I couldn't give two flying cahoots, to be honest. Because it's about winning. And the messaging from the club still to this day is some kind of Hollywood drama, some kind of belief system, and it's written in the faces of the fans. I just saw Terry's review this morning. I was going to do mine this morning. And honestly, I found it hard to face the camera. But I feel like I owe it to people. Because it's not changing. And you see Teague's body language. What was it? 60-odd% in that poll wanted Teague. And you break it down and that is where the fan base is. They bought into a story of a former player being the coach, who effectively was the guy that put the cones out for Brendan Bolton. A guy that the majority of people said were out of his depth. A man that admits that he went into the locker room, went into the boardroom and said that he could do better. But it is no better. It is no better. Because structurally and defensively it's poor. You look at this list. This list is the strongest list it's been for a long time. And there was never a hope we were winning that game. There was never a hope. And I don't blame the players, and I don't blame Levi Caswell. He doesn't pick himself. But is the chairman going to put his nuts on the block? Is T going to put his nuts on the block? Is the selection panel going to put their nuts on the block? Because them boys went out there yesterday set up to lose. Set up to lose. Structurally, the plan that people were harping on about was mad. Levi Casbolt is there to allow Wheater in space to run into, to take intercepts. And no one saw the most brainless thing, that it also creates space for Buddy to run riot, which he did. He did. He ran riot. It was too easy. It was too easy. And you see it yourself when you want to see what's wrong with the club. Watch that press conference. Isaac Heaney, his reply to that was their structure allows Heaney to appear on our small. No shit. It's called tactics. It's called tactics. Tell you what, if a 35-year-old chubby pom every week breaks down the opposition by numbers, what it takes to beat them, and week on week we do the opposite and we get the result of a loss. Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers, I ain't surprised. And it ain't changing. It's never gonna change. And honestly, my wife tells me, you guys and girls tell me, don't get angry, Pom. But you're right, nothing's gonna change. Because it's not a football club anymore. This doesn't stand for football. It stands for something else. It stands for a hope and a dream. Like a distant dad. Selling stories for hope, only to be let down. Let down because we're edited, ladies and gentlemen. We're edited. We are a propaganda machine. Take a look at 90% of the Carlton forums. Restricting talk of the truth. Paid members, people who buy shirts, buy the waffle, buy the Guernseys, hard-earned cash to this club, are literally pressured into saying support. It's gutless. It's gutless that we're not allowed to ask the question of this great football club. This football club stands for something. Well, it used to. And I'm sick of hearing the over 50s tell me the glory years. Like, I feel for them because they've seen it. I've not. I just know trash and abject performances. I know setting up a team to lose and, you know, be surprised. I'm not surprised anymore. I apologise to each and every one of you if I've ever given you false hope. I apologise from the bottom of my black heart, because I'm a disgrace. An absolute disgrace to see my club stand for not winning. How many times is Teague allowed to say lessons? Because he hasn't learned lessons. And you can throw the most ridiculous stories that he's more successful than Clarko in 50 games. Absolute bollocks statements they are. Have a word with yourself. We are nowhere near a dynasty of Hawthorn. Because even when you go back to Hawthorn in their first 50 games, the system was being built. We are building a system that is kick heavy for a team that is consistently bottom two kicking. When you go into a job as a leader, you look at your troops, you look at your staff, and you put them in their best position to succeed. And if they don't succeed because you've done it wrong, that's on you as the leader. My entire career, in everything I've done when I have led people, when I have coached and guided them, is giving them the best chance to succeed. And that is putting them in positions that they can achieve, whether it be uncomfortable or not. And when you're setting up like that, with that team, that selection, that game plan, what do you think is going to happen? Every week. And it's shrouded with bollocks wins like against Hawthorn, who are a rabble, I might add. Gold Coast decimated them this week. Because they played a tactic to beat them. They didn't just go on a wing and a player. And I feel for Cripps, I feel for Wheater, and I feel for Walsh. Because these guys are doing what they're told. And what they're told is ridiculous. And then the shit we're fed is even more ridiculous. Imagine going into battle with that person. My pop, the greatest man alive, a war hero, used to say to me, son, be a man I want to be with in the trenches. I wouldn't want to be in the trenches with Teague. I wouldn't want to be. Because the guy is suffering. And that's on the club, man. He shouldn't be in that position. Structurally, we're inept. Tactically, we're inept. Ball movement, we're inept. Them inside 50s are some of the worst inside 50s you will see on a football field. But it's okay because we had a few of them. The ability to close down space, the ability to two-way run, the fact our selections are based on what fucking round it is. My God, it is a joke, man, and how long are we standing for it? It's okay saying, what can we do, Pom? You pay for this club. If I go and pay for a meal, I'm damn well enjoying it. And if the chef doesn't cook it right, he freaking will do. He'll cook it the way I want it, not the way he wants it. This is barbaric, and it is getting worse, and it's okay saying, oh, Sydney are top 6. Do me a favour, man. Because it's the basics, week on, week in. How long have we talked about line coaches? How long have we talked about coaches? We have a line coach as a head coach, a man that said he got Bolton sacked. That is the integrity of what we're dealing with. Tell you what, if I was the assistant coach to Brendan Bolton, I would have worked fucking harder. Worked harder. I would have led like no man has led before, because this club means something to me. Terry hit it on the head. What are they there for? They're there for a paycheck, and I don't blame them, because what is there to play for? What do we stand for anymore? We fold like a towel, man. I am absolutely shocked anyone thought we'd beat Sydney, and anyone thought we were in the game. How easy every week. Go back and see every goal conceded this year. How easy it is. Imagine being West Coast this week, knowing you can be 5 goals behind and Carlton will fold when the furnace gets hot. Imagine how good that makes you feel. And imagine how shit you feel when you're Sam Walsh, knowing you have to be 6 goals ahead to stand a chance. Imagine it. Imagine it. It is absolutely baffling to me that a club that has spawned players like Diesel, Cooter, can be this horrific. And please wake up. I don't want to see it anymore. If this is what we've become, a country club, where we can go and have a beer, and we can all give each other a hug and meet up, so be it. But someone tell me that's what it is. Someone tell me that's what it's about. Because where I come from, sport means something. We're in fucking lockdown again. Because of incompetence, and now we're having to see incompetence on the field. This is tribal, this is warfare. Every week, and we're going in losing, man. We're going in set up to lose. Everything is about us is losing. From the stupid rhetoric we send as messaging. Lose to Melbourne, we brought the heat. That is what our club want to tell us, man. No ownership, no accountability. And I'm sick of it. Every week it's the same bollocks, man. And I'm going to freaking do these videos. Trying to defend it. I can't defend it anymore. It is an absolute joke what we've become. Structurally, if you can't do the basics, get the fuck out, man. That's what it's about. If you can't do something, Terry's a wonderful lawyer. You put me in his position, I'm quite smart. I can talk the game. I'd get you sued. I have no Scooby about it. And I wouldn't do it out of respect for myself, more importantly. Tactically, they're woeful. It's so easy to beat, man. Like, I could guarantee you now, I could go out and handpick 22 players and outcoach Teague. That is how confident I am. And we've got some freaking wonderful talent available to us. Look at our list. Look at the cornerstones of our list. And we just make excuses. Man, why are the press giving him an easy time? Everyone's saying he's having a hard time. No one's asking the questions, man. How do you allow a coach under pressure to go on some kind of balmy story about Indigenous rounds and how nice it is to see Indigenous players kill it. Because one of them killed us, mate. It's your job. There's too many people at this club using the club for 1, clout, 2, money, and 3, standing. It's a sports team. I don't care what you stand for. Because if you ain't winning, get out. Get out. We haven't got a prayer against the Eagles. We haven't got a prayer. Because you can't fix structure in a week. He's had 3 years. It's okay saying, oh, COVID. COVID masked the problems because teams didn't have enough time to dissect us. Everyone goes, oh, well, we only lost by a couple of goals every week like in COVID. Yeah, but some of the wins were a couple of goals as well. We're looking at bottom 4 here. Bottom 4, year 6 of the rebuild. Next year, though, next year, there is no next year. The next year's the same. And then rinse and repeat, because this week we'll lose to Eagles. And you know what's going to happen next week. The media will get on the back of it. Charlie Curnow's training. Eddie Betts is in the form of his life. Sam Walsh is the next Brownlow medalist. Cripper's signed a contract. And we'll get thumped the week after. Because that is what we do as a football club. And we lap it up, don't we? We lap it up. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. I have seen some bad times because I support some of the crappiest sporting teams in the world. But I have never seen a team set up to lose and then act surprised, man. That's what gets me. Act surprised. I question what the hell anyone's thinking. Question what this club is thinking. I'm questioning what this club stands for anymore. Because what does it stand for, man? It's just a PR. It's like Dan Andrews FC, man. It's just the bollocks, man. Stand for winning. Those who haven't watched it, watch Terry's review. It was beautiful. Jose Mourinho. Winning's not everything, but it's important. It is the most important thing in the world, winning, in life. I've been told many a time I'm not good enough to do something. You know, I wise up and I fucking rise to it. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, but they're comfortable with this, man. And it's written in the coach's face, it's written in the players. And I feel for some of these players, man. Feel for them. Murph should have been out there. Don't care how old he is. Teague has the audacity in a press conference to say to you lot, we picked the team that is going to win a game. That team was never winning the game. Never winning the game. Our money on plus 20. Because I knew it was going to be plus 20. Easiest money in the world at the moment. Come and see your Uncle Pom when the selection's out. I can predict these things, as Conor McGregor says. It's a joke, man. Coaching box, honestly, he's got the football acumen of a can of Monster. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I'm fucking sick of it, man. I'm broken. I'm sorry to get angry. But no one's listening. No one's listening. It's alright. The club don't care, man. They're planning the next article. Forums right now. Clubs sending them messages. Push this agenda. Push the fact Betts has bought some new fucking boots. Let's not focus on winning anymore. Focus on a feel-good story. Packs his bag for 5 days. There's the prep of the guy. Pack your bags full stop, man. Pack 'em. Take your shitty cones with you. All in all, it's just not good enough. I'm cut. I'm cut. It hurts. This club made me feel good. Made me feel like I'm part of something. And seeing it be a shell of what it should be hurts. I love the fans and I love everyone. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't care. You're brothers and sisters to me, but when the family's broken, we need to work together. And I beg you, drive the standards. Go Blues. Pom out.